For people who have suffered sexual or physical abuse in the past in New York City, a new law can help those people get compensation. This is open to people of all ages, not just children. It's adults and children who were victimized in the past. What happened is there was a law that allowed people in this situation to get compensated, but the law only allowed these victims to sue the perpetrators, the people who committed these acts of sexual abuse or physical abuse against them. Now, these perpetrators, in many instances, were arrested, went to jail, have records, and they're sexual predators, they're on lists, but typically these people did not have money. So while the victims were able to sue these perpetrators, there really was no way to get monetary compensation for these injuries. What happened was this law was amended recently to allow victims to sue the institutions where these events took place. If these events took place in schools, churches, businesses, any kind of office setting, the people in charge within those offices, if they knew or should have known that these events were going on, these institutions can now be held accountable for what was done to these victims. So it's not just the perpetrators who you can sue, it's the institutions who can now be included. And these institutions, for the most part, will have the money, will have insurance, and will have the means to pay any compensation, any damages that are awarded to these victims. What's important to know is that there's a limited window of opportunity to bring these claims. The legislature opened up the chance to bring these suits within 18 months from January 2026 until July 2027. So within that time period, we can go back a year, 5 years, 10 years, however long, to see when this happened and where it happened. And if it's in an institution that can be identified, these victims now have some entity to sue that may be able to provide compensation. It's much more likely that these institutions are going to have the means, insurance, or whatever to compensate these victims and to be held accountable for what happened in the past. The name of this law is the Gender Motivated Violence Act, and that's the law that's been on the books but was recently amended. Remember, to qualify for this kind of lawsuit, the events have to have happened within the 5 boroughs of New York City. So either Manhattan, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, or Staten Island. If it happened outside of the 5 boroughs, this law does not apply. So if you or someone you know has been victimized in this way, give us a call. We'll provide a free consult and we can help.